Hello, guys. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Al or Nothing podcast. I'm here, Dinesh, representing Al Hilal with my three friends. Guys, please introduce yourselves with the clubs you're representing. Tony, if you want to make a stand.
Yep, I'm Anthony, supporting Al Nassr. I'll pass it
I'm
on to
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
I'm Vishnu, and I'm supporting Al Ittihad. I'll
I'm
pass on to
Gamin.
Gaminda.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
do it
Gaminda
right.
and I'm supporting Al-Ahli.
There you go.
Wicked. I mean, it's been some time since we've last got together. We had the international break, and finally football is back. Because I don't know about you guys, I find the international break a tad bit boring. So I'm so glad to finally be back here, getting some Saudi Pro League football in. And since then, also we've had the transfer market come to an end, and there was a fair few last minute deals. One that Vishnu thought would happen never did.
It's
And
close.
I guess
Where's your guy, Mohamed Salah?
Listen, the fact they put in an extra £215 million bid, it tells you how serious they were.
never official,
Liverpool were
though.
just stubborn.
it never got made official.
But remember, we
It's all
voted last.
hearsay.
We voted, and you said it would happen.
Yeah.
I did say
It
that.
didn't
I did.
happen?
I did say it. But I mean, even the reports are saying 215 million. Like, that's ridiculous money, man. It just shows the serious commitment that the league has to like buying these players and bring them in. The Egyptian god himself, you know, like what could that make? It's such a great change for the league, but that's in the past now, eh?
Yeah,
mean,
maybe one for the future.
It
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
will
yeah.
happen eventually, but
It
yeah.
will happen. It will definitely happen. But yeah.
Absolutely. But there was transfers nonetheless, and probably one of the most historical ones to date for the Saudi Pro League. I mean, it's been causing some serious stir across the media. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to get together and actually name our top 5 transfers for this summer transfer window. So we've individually picked out our top 5s without helping each other. We've done that. We put it on a ranking system, and effectively got our own blended top 5. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with our 5th position. So with everyone's votes in 5th position came in was Alexander Mitrovic.
You know, I was thinking.
Respectable.
Do you guys
like-
think that's kind of predicted though?
No, but I
Would you-
think that's a bit mad because with the other players that we have here, Mitrovic's probably had the maddest start.
Yeah,
I
think he's on there on performance.
Yeah, I know, but he's
Yeah,
still
he is.
sitting
He is
fifth.
on
I'm
the
like,
right
yeah,
performance.
It's recency bias.
recency bias, yeah.
It is recency
but,
bias. There's
yeah.
no way like I would never put Mitrovic in the top 5.
But that's the discussion we were
recency
having.
bias,
Is it on current performance, or is it on what they would do, or the impact they have on the league, or just a
I
mix
think
of everything? That's the
bit
thing.
of
If it's a
everything.
mix of
It's a bit of
everything,
it.
then he's there.
Yeah, it's a
But
bit of everything, really.
It's a bit mad though. I think it's like when he, I think it was like our first podcast or our second one, we were talking about Mitrovic going in, and we were like, Dinesh was like, he's not sure. Neymar's probably going to be the bigger one, and this that, and the other. But he came in. I swear, the first game he scored a hat trick or something, and then you're kind of like, oh wow, like he's
Wasn't the first
he's
game,
doing
but
all
yeah,
right. He started.
he made a difference. He made a difference in
Yeah.
every game he's played in so far. Even the most recent, which we'll get onto later, he's most definitely made a difference to Al Hilal for sure.
I didn't even
Significant,
realize
that's all.
when I voted for Mitrovic in my votes that it was based off recency whether biasness. Yeah, I was just thinking about it, and you know what? If he didn't score that hat trick, I don't think I would have put him in my top 5. I was just
No.
thinking about it. I don't think he'd actually be in it. You're
I
right.
mean, if we did it this way,
sad. It's
Yeah.
sad. I think he still deserves to be there because it's not like he's had a non-illustrious career. He's done bits in the Premier League, and before that, he was like massive for Fulham getting through into the Premier League, like what he did in the Championship and stuff like that. So
Wasn't he like he got a ridiculous amount of goals in the Championship? Like
yeah, he's
and Championships are not an easy league.
but he did have a sort of a name for himself for not being able to do it in the Premier League, except for last season. That's the only season he's done it. But it was a very good season.
And to be honest, he would have probably still played in any of the European leagues easily for most of the teams.
But
It's
the
not
only
rank.
question I have is, let's just say they didn't play any games, and you had all these names of people who's come in. Would he be there? And that's the question. Like you talk about his career, but I'm just saying, like, let's just say people have had better careers, like Henderson, compared to him. If you're just basing off careers, even though, like
Laporte,
and Laporte as well, yeah.
But
There's
a lot of these players,
So
like
it does come
defenders and
under
midfielders,
performance.
they're not really like they don't really have a good
So-
light in like being like the best signings or the most prolific players because like mostly it's about scoring goals and how big your name is. Centre backs and midfielders, they
I was
don't
gonna
have
say
it,
Henderson doesn't exactly score
Yeah.
goals, but I
No.
guess
And he
he,
doesn't really
he
have-
is the most
yeah.
successful
I think
Liverpool
generally-
captain ever.
People
Yeah,
always
everything
go
goes
for the attacking players. Like if you look at the Ballon d'Or winners, I think the only centre back to win it was it Cannavaro or like Nesta or someone like that. I can't remember.
Cannavaro. Yeah. And then
So
Yeah,
we have
but-
so basically we have no hopes for having a centre back or a midfielder in this top 5 tier list. Then.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I still think, even though there is a recency bias, and it's clear that now that we've come into the podcast after doing our votes, we've realized it. But even then, I still think there is some truth to that because of what he's done and what he's doing. Like he's not had a game where we've just watched the first game and gone, okay, he's going to do really well. He's done it consistently over the last 3 or 4 games or however long he's been here. So yeah, there is recency bias, but he's also kind of backing it up in my eyes. So you can't argue too much against what he's done. Obviously, there are other players in the league who've been transferred, playing for better teams, doing better things, but like Mane and all of them.
Better
but,
teams.
SCA.
Better teams. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I agree.
What?
but-
This come from the guys
no, we'll
squatting the
get to
club in
that.
6th.
We'll get to that.
You know what? We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But still, yeah, I think, yeah, he's done enough.
It's deserved.
To be
It's definitely
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
definitely deserved. He's definitely getting the flowers he's earned for himself. So I guess that is in 5th. But then going on, so again
Oh.
across our votes.
Do you want a drum roll?
I mean, if you must, but this one is one of Man City's ex players. So Riyad Mahrez, one of the silkiest players I know that I've seen.
I thought you were going to say Laporte.
Fourth,
I
he
said
should be
Mahrez, okay.
first.
So yeah, no, not Laporte. But honorable mention
Silky.
Laporte as well. But yeah, silky. I've seen silky player, and it's
Silky.
quite interesting because it's only in Gams's rankings did he have him second. Everybody else had him in 4th, which
I didn't
because of the
I
blend it
didn't
came
have
out.
him. I didn't
He's
have
been
it
so
in my-
influential.
Oh,
Every
you didn't even
game,
have him,
every
yeah.
single game.
No. The thing is, again,
That's
like,
insane.
what? Why do you want a guy who like?
Is there bias
Vishnu,
in there,
I'm gonna
Anthony? Is there
quote
bias?
Vishnu on this. Why do you want a guy who celebrates nutmegs when your team's losing 4-0? Let's say.
But then wait.
How is that an
We're
influence?
not taking it just based on
also,
current
also
performance.
for me,
He's
for
not
me-
the
doesn't
team.
have weighting.
Think about his performances
Is-
individually.
yeah, but what's he done?
He's influenced. He's been our best player, arguably. Him and Kessié. He's been the most consistent player every game.
yeah,
I think it's really hard to say Mahrez is not on that list. I think it's
And
really hard. He's a
we've been
quality
talking
player.
about performances all this time. We're saying, okay, it's not just performance. Is about the type of player he is, like the quality he brings as well, and just generally, just if you say Mahrez to someone, they know Mahrez is quality. Like you can't take that away.
I think it's an element of footballing brain as well that he comes with playing under Pep. He knows when to make those darted runs into the box from the wing, or when to take a player on, as well as
That
making
cut
those.
in and left foot
that
is
cut in.
he's one of the best in the world to do it.
That's what I
So
was going to say. I was going to say,
Yeah.
like even
You just can't
before,
stop it.
my vote was not based on how he's played right now, but it's based on what I know of him. And when he cuts in, it's literally impossible to get him. He's so
it's
so
like
and his
Iron
first
Robin-esque,
touch,
isn't it?
his first touch is one of the best like in the game. That first touch is disgusting.
Yeah,
That's good.
and
Now, you know what? I think Mahrez in top 4 is a good shout, but if he wasn't in Anthony's list, then that's a bit worrying. To why you think
Yeah, I
he
think
wouldn't
there's
be
a bit
there.
of bias in there. I think Anthony, he's using.
No,
his,
there's no bias. No, it's not. There's no bias in my eyes because I like the other player I had, and obviously we'll get onto him in our honorable mention section. But I had Laporte, and I think for me that was that part. Yes, there's a bit of bias because I
There
was
you
thinking
go.
about
Yeah.
what Laporte would do for Al Nassr, right? And I know
That's
that
biased,
that's
though, isn't it, Anthony? Come on.
yeah. So I can't argue that, but obviously I want to have him in there because of what he would do for us. But I don't know, top 5 Mahrez. If I think he'd be one. Personally, I'd have Mitrovic above him. If you wanted him in the list, I'd still say with the performances and everything. But the criteria, I want to say to the host, the criteria is a bit, I don't know. It's not. It wasn't crystal clear.
All I said was top 5, whether you want to base on performances
why I was
or
a bit.
based on players. But
If it's performance, for me, he would still be there. So
yeah, even performance. I don't think he's actually had that bad of a start to the season.
Yeah, I was just.
I know you're saying
looking
the one
last
example of him
season.
not making was 4-0 down.
you,
Whatever.
you put that, but then how does one touch or one nutmeg
No,
define
but to be honest,
a
we'll
guy
get
getting
to our number one.
3 assists, 2 goals in 6 games?
It's gonna
Exactly.
change
Our
the
number one
argument.
is
The argument goes out the
And then the
window, but-
argument goes out the window there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we'll wait until we get there. We wait until we get there. But no, I genuinely think Mahrez, he's a quality player. He's been quality since he's joined. Al-Ahli have been in fairly good form. I think they've only lost against us, and I don't think Mahrez was the worst player on the pitch then either. So I think it's well deserved in terms of being in the top 5 list for sure. So
I
any
think
last
it's-
comments?
I think it's deserved too.
Yeah.
It's very, very,
Would
very,
you, if you
very well
in
deserved.
hindsight, would you move him 1 up or down, or would you keep him number 4?
I think fourth is probably maybe.
I think what he
I
does for
think,
Saudi
yeah.
and what he
think it's
represents
probably right.
as
Yeah, man.
I'd say yeah.
as where
I'd
he's
say-
from,
Playing
he kind of
devil's
adds a bit
advocate.
more to the league.
Playing devil's advocate to like myself and my argument, what I'd say is what he brings to Al-Ahli in itself is probably good enough to maybe put him 4. Yeah, but again, the argument is when we have the discussion at the end of the season, maybe we can have a look back and go, okay, was Mitrovic should he be higher? Should Mahrez have been lower? But
Does
we'll
Mahrez
see.
walk into your team?
Into whose team? My team.
Yeah, into Al Nassr.
Walk into
the-
my team.
on the right
Who's
wing.
Who's on the right side?
Mane.
Is Mane? I thought he'd be left.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mane's on the left.
Mane plays right wing and Otavio, and I'm just trying to think who our left winger is. Because really, we have Talisca, Mane, and there's Mahrez. But
Well, Mahrez is better than Talisca. Mahrez is better than Otavio. You can't doubt that.
Yeah, but Otavio plays.
This is where your bias is coming.
Mahrez
in,
Mahrez
Come
isn't
on.
going to play attacking mid for us, is he?
The
No.
best attacking mid you've got.
You could,
No, he's
yeah,
not
you
going to
could,
play.
you
He's
could
not
do.
gonna play
I
attacking mid. He's
never,
gonna play-
to be fair, I've never seen him. I've never seen him
Nah,
play in that position.
he's always played on the right side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Even
so-
for Leicester.
it's probably. I mean, the Mahrez v Mane debate that's been going on in the Premier League.
Yeah, but you'd have Mane over Mahrez. Let's not lie now.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's tight,
I don't
bro.
know.
It's very tight. I think
I
you've gone
do
biased
know.
again. Okay, in my opinion, if Mahrez played for your team, Al Nassr, you'd
Who'd
say
get more
the
goals?
opposite.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Mane.
but I think Mane is more of a goal scorer. Mahrez is more of a he would
Playmaker.
assist more,
Yeah,
and
but-
he'll get goals as well. He's a mix of goals, but
Yeah.
he'll get more assists than goals. That's just his game.
For me personally, like
I think
like Mane can play as a
I would have taken
striker.
Mane over Mahrez any
Mahrez
I
day.
think
is more of a
Mane's
winger.
very much
Not
that work
any
hard.
day, but I think Mane over Mahrez.
I think Mane is just that work hard, that workhorse that you have in the team, whereas Mahrez is a bit more of that luxury player. But
Yeah,
he makes
yeah,
everything look so smooth.
Effortless, yeah.
It does,
But-
but like it's simple as Mane could do most things Mahrez can. Mahrez couldn't do what Mane could in
You know, the
terms
best-
of running back, going up, all that. Like you're telling me Mahrez could be doing up and down one wing for the whole game.
But
Yes,
that's down to effort,
yes,
not
because where
ability,
he's
does
come
it?
from. That's
No,
what
because
he's
he
been
didn't
to do.
start for Man City.
But
because
guys,
of that
let's
reason.
let this settle the debate. Let this settle the debate. And in third place of our list, from
Don't
what we
say
have
it's,
voted, and in fairness, it's probably controversial because the only person who didn't vote in whatsoever was Germs, Sadio Mane.
I just thought there was other players that were more of
What do
more of
you
an
mean?
influence.
No, that's a joke.
Please give us the other honourable mention of who you thought should be in that list ahead of
I'll be honest.
Sadio Mane.
I put
If you're listening to this, get ready for this
you,
guy.
I put
Get ready.
put Jordan Henderson.
There you go.
Now, Okay, we'll talk about who's first later.
I don't think Liverpool
It's similar
fans
to
would.
that.
Yeah,
would
I
do
It's
don't
that.
similar to that.
anyone
But
in
what
the
I'm saying
world would be
is,
putting Jordan Henderson as top 5 transfers in any
yeah, but
league.
but then the thing is, what we've just discussed is what's the criteria? If it's performance based, is it influence based? And if I talk about influence, you can't tell me he's not brought in probably a lot more press than Mane, for example, a lot more influence than Mane in the league. You can't say he hasn't. Okay, look, we
No.
live in England, right?
Controversial influence.
From
I
that
Yeah,
point
would
of
say.
view, he's
Yeah,
brought in
but
so much attention to the Saudi Pro League.
but
So much
so did
attention, and
Mane.
that's any
Again,
attention is
I
good
think
attention.
you're coming with recency bias again, because what you're talking about is Henderson because we're based in England and we know what happened with Henderson being picked for the England team, mainly because of other players playing in the Premier League and whatnot. That's where you're coming from, that he's brought in some press. But Mane, when he moved to Al Nassr, there was huge press around that, just like when Henderson moved. But if you're talking
Okay,
about an influence on the league and who's your top signing into or who's one of the top transfers into Saudi Pro League, you're talking about performance, you're talking about what they're
yeah,
gonna
and
do.
performance, he captains a side that is in a higher position than yours, with players
You've
arguably not as good
so
as you've
so
got.
right now, just sitting here right
Yeah,
now,
and he's played.
you would take
He's played fairly
someone who
well, to be
get
fair.
someone who's second top scorer,
Yeah,
right?
but you're looking on
6
again,
goals.
like we discussed. You're looking at the attacking side. You're not looking at as they are as a player. Like, there's no goalkeepers in this because generally everyone always goes for the most goals, most assists. Like they win the Ballon d'Ors. Doesn't mean they're the most influential player, are they? Like like for example, Van Dijk. You take him out of that team, it makes them a massively weaker team.
But Gums, I hear what
I
you're
do
saying.
Everyone
Though,
always
yeah,
goes for the
but
strikers.
I hear what you're
But
saying.
we're
Though.
also talking about influence as well. As a player, as an English player, like you can't say he's not a big English player in terms of his name. And
Henderson's job is to look after the ball in the middle of the pitch, distribute around, and he does that very well. But Mane's job is to run in behind and score goals, which he does. So technically, you can't say he's not a big influence. That's
he's
his job,
more
is
or
to go
less
get the goals,
influential. I mean,
get the assists.
like
get the
I've
goals.
just
yeah,
looked
but
at
it's the
Henderson,
influence
right?
they have. Like
Henderson,
a defender's an influential person as well on the pitch. They're not going to get the goals and assists
yeah,
Mane gets. Doesn't
Henderson.
mean
No,
they're
no,
not
no,
influential.
no.
But that's just
Henderson's got.
performance. We're talking about an all-round type of thing. Which again, if you go to who we have as first, you can't say, oh, his performances have been great. But we'll come to that. You can't compare that. You can say that
No,
there's
but that's
other players
different.
that
I
have.
think no, no.
You can.
Again, we can have
It
that
comes down to the
discussion.
criteria of the influence they bring to the Saudi Pro League, and I think Henderson brings a massive influence on the English side.
I don't think so. In my opinion, no. Like, I'm not even gonna like,
I think he
because
does.
it's one of
That,
those
but again,
things where it comes
that's your
down to
opinion,
opinions.
and that's why I put
Yeah,
it down there.
exactly. It's gonna come down to opinions. But in my kind of where I'm sitting, Henderson will only bring in terms of, okay, he'll have the performances, as you say, like he's a captain leader and stuff, but he's not someone I would consider a match winner, or who's gonna turn the tide in a game and stuff like that. It's more from, there'll be other players in that team who will try to do that.
But then you're
Whereas
talking again
for
match
Al
winners, people who
Nassr,
score goals. You're still going for the attacking players again.
no,
Those
but
sorts of
goals, assists, whatever. Like, okay, looking at Henderson's stats, 5 games, 3 assists. That's really good for Henderson,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. He's
Compared,
not there
yeah.
to provide goals and assists. He's there to lead the team. He's
No,
there to
but
be
he's
there to
number
be a
10.
solid
I'm gonna
central
put 2 pence
midfielder.
pence in. One of those assists, he just booted the ball, and it just happened to fall into one of the attacking players. It was a clearance more than it was an assist. But yeah, anyhow,
He's
I guess
got a
3. Yeah.
quality striker playing up front,
Yeah,
right?
but that I
And
think again you're still going for like the attacking players. I'm talking about his overall influence, like
yeah,
from
as a leader,
bringing
yeah, but
attention to the league on his side. Let's just forget performances for a second. Bringing the attention back to the league, and he still starts for England. And there was a lot of press again of, oh, he's in Saudi, but he's playing there. And you look at a lot of English players, they'll probably look at this guy. They look at this guy as a leader, right? And you're more likely to see English players go to Saudi because of him. That shows his influence in Saudi as well.
yeah, but that's a strong. But the players that are going to go there is not because of Jordan Henderson, in my opinion. They're going to go there because of people like Ronaldo now being there, Mane, Neymar, all of that kind of level of players. Even like if you look at like I don't know that even like what's his name, Vega, the 21-year-old who's just come across, or Ruben Neves. These guys have gone there from the influence of players like Ronaldo. No one's going to Saudi Pro League because Jordan Henderson plays there.
And also, I know you guys said because like English players, Henderson went, other English players come over. That's such a wild accusation. That is such a mad assumption that's going to happen. There's literally no
But
one's
look,
followed him yet.
that's
So
that's
you're
one
saying
part.
that as your
That's a
big
small
point.
part of it. What
Well,
I'm talking about is
closest English
influence
player,
from
even in the
England. What I'm
room.
saying is influence from England. He's brought a lot of attention to Saudi on
Now,
the
in
England
my
side.
opinion,
And that's what I'm
if
that's
you're
what I'm
going
trying to
do
say.
that,
For a
if
league
you're going to
that's
say
new,
that, nah, in
and
my
that's trying to
opinion, it's
build.
Steven Gerrard. It's
Yeah,
not Jordan Henderson.
I think
And do you watch the Saudi Pro League because Henderson plays there now? I don't think he's the biggest influence for you.
I
Thomas.
think
but
that
I don't support Al.
I
Al
personally
Ittihad,
think that the whole press around Henderson's move hasn't been so much on his performances, more so on the controversy around the LGBTQ community and what
and
his
within
stance is.
yeah,
But
and the biggest
and I
pull
think that
within
also
that
helps
team
Saudi. I think that helps Saudi as well. And
No,
yeah,
that's a
I'm sure it
big
does.
thing as well. I think that's
I'm sure
a
for
massive
me,
thing from
the
what he
biggest
stands for, and then when he goes over there, and then what he speaks about as well holds a massive weight.
Sure,
You
no,
can't say
it
it
does,
doesn't.
it does. But
but you
I'm more thinking about the pitch itself, and I think if you have Mane in a team and Hendo in a team, if one's missing, you're definitely going to notice more that Mane's out of that team than Henderson. And I think Liverpool fans would probably vouch for that as well, since Mane
But then,
left. What happened?
did you pick Laporte in your team in your top 5?
Mine.
I did, yeah, I did.
He's Laporte's in your top 5.
Yeah.
But then you can create the same argument. I can
No,
name
but
many players that
I said why. My reason for picking Laporte was purely biased because I know what he's done, what he will do for. I want to say it's the conversation we were having before we came on
again
the podcast.
hindsight what he will do.
No,
But he
yeah,
hasn't
but
done it.
in regards to defending, is what I'm saying. Like you can see the importance, even watching the games, you can see the importance of having a quality defender in your team and how much. I just like what we were saying last week in terms of having a keeper. It's the same with a defender. The difference it makes having a top defender. Al Hilal, same thing. Koulibaly and Bono in goal, right? It is so different to all the other teams in the league because you've actually got players of a very high standard who are able to make the right decisions, right calls, and also lead a whole
Bro,
defense.
but then you're proving my point. That's what I'm trying to say is that like
But
you're always
no,
comparing
but in
Henderson
my
to all these
opinion,
strikers,
no,
but he's
because what
in a
you're
similar mold to like
saying,
Laporte, as in
no, he's not.
he's more on the defensive midfielder side. He's
No,
not an
but
attacking midfielder, is he? So
my
look at his
thing.
influence, like you're saying, influence, his leadership. He's a captain, yeah, and
All right,
arguably
quick question then.
for
From
another club,
everything,
one of the best they've ever had.
everything you've seen, yeah, in this moment in time, would you say Henderson or Wijnaldum is better?
Everything, as in just
Like
as
from their
players.
careers and everything.
I'll probably say Henderson.
No, bro, get out of here, man.
I'd rather have.
Look at this guy. He's just trying
Listen.
How
I'd
you
rather have
look at him.
Henderson in my team
No, then I
than
spoke
why
to
now.
your boy,
If you talk
man.
about peak
I
at their peak, yeah,
can't.
I still rather have Henderson because of his
No,
leadership.
at their peak.
No,
You
but
would have
I think
Henderson
what you're
over
doing is
Ronaldo. No, I have no words.
the
for
thing
you,
about
guy.
where you're coming from is you're just talking
No.
about just their football quality. You have to think about leadership on the pitch.
Yeah,
You
well,
can
he
have
can be a
great
You know,
quality.
coach.
You
no,
need
Gerrard,
leaders
right?
I
on
know,
that
I know it's
pitch.
not.
You
I
need
know I've been
leaders on
arguing
that
against
pitch.
Gominda yet, but I might actually just take Hendo as well.
You need
over
leaders on that
Ronaldo.
pitch. You need leaders on
Over
that
Wijnaldum,
pitch.
Yeah.
there's
You
an
have
argument to
no
be had.
Dinesh,
But
look, you love talkers on the pitch, yeah?
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
take
no,
this.
absolutely, I
You
do.
would love someone to organize your team. You can have
Absolutely.
you can agree. There's great players on that team, but they don't work together unless someone's talking to all of them as a leader, and it's not easy to do. Just
Yeah, and
saying. And he's proven that he's done it. I can't lie. He's
he has
won the
proven it,
Champions League
and
as
there's probably a
a
reason why
captain.
Steven Gerrard wanted Hendo as in his team, because Hendo's proven to be the best captain Liverpool's ever had. Shout out Steven Gerrard, come on. But yeah, there's listen, Hendo's a great player, but I think we're doing a bit of injustice on Mane himself. This conversation means a lot about Hendo. Mane sitting in third position, guys. Let's give a couple of remarks to Mane and why he's actually made the top three.
Well, he scored 4 goals in 4 games. I don't know how many he scored altogether, but he scored in
6 games.
6 goals in 6 games and 4 consecutive in a row. Like, that That's remarkable. Right? That's quite good. It's remarkable. It's a good stat.
He's just a
And
quality player, isn't
the
he?
pace, the understanding of the game. Great player.
Sitting
Him
second.
and
and
Ronaldo seem to have some great understanding already.
And his
He's-
goals, his goals are quite good. Even the one he scored against that scored this weekend, it was a decent goal. Like
Mhm.
he had a bit of an off when he went to Bayern with the injury and stuff and what happened, but I think he's like kind of resurrected today. He's come back and he's firing on all cylinders, as they say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think he'll keep going. I mean, it's the league has a lot of space for players like him to kind of grow and kind of fully express themselves. And even with, I think there was a few, like, I don't think he scored, but like earlier on in the game, and he took on like 2 or 3 players for one of his shots and just like literally breezes past them because he's still one of the best players in the world, without a doubt. And he would have probably still, again, like what we were saying about Mitrovic, he would easily have got into any team in the world.
easy.
Even
I think so.
I mean,
I think so.
again, the Bayern Munich thing was unfortunate because of the injury and stuff. Because he started really well, then got injured, and then obviously an injury is a major setback, and it takes some time to come back in. And when you're in a team with that much quality, it's always hard to get back into it properly. But
I think there's
if
a bit more to that as well, just attitude problems as well that seem to be
exactly.
coming out.
There's within the team and all of that, but that doesn't matter in the sense that he could have gone to anyone,
He
and
could have.
anyone would have happily had him, like without a doubt. So
Aside from those attitude problems in Bayern, I think generally he comes across as quite a humble person. He seems
Yeah,
quite
I was surprised about those accusations at Munich.
especially because like he seems to
There's
be
probably
someone
a lot more to that. Which
it probably
we
is,
don't
probably
know.
is. So we don't.
But I think
we
Mane's
don't
that
know
type of guy
officially what
that he
actually
he doesn't really care. He's just gets along with his thing. He does a lot for just like local communities that he's from.
exactly.
A lot.
To your point, exactly.
but
And
even then, like what 30? I think he played like 38 games for Bayern, scored 12 goals, 6 assists. So that's what 18 goal involvements. That's a good return, considering that he was injured and considering all the issues that happened. 18 goals in 38 games, 18 goal involvements in 38 games is really good.
and Bayern did win their respective league as well. So
Yeah,
wasn't without
I
wasn't
think
without
as
his
much as
influence.
Gaminder likes Hendo, though, I think it's obvious we think as a majority, as a group, Mane's more significant. He's
No,
a top
like,
five
even
signing.
onto the point
as
of
a player, I'll choose Mane. I'm just talking about the criteria. It depends on the criteria that you're going
I'm
through.
just personally
talking about the
surprised
influence
that
that he
in
brings
any
to
top 5
Saudi
transfer
Arabia.
list you would put Henderson over Mane.
No, but
Yeah,
no. But the
as-
thing is, I think you're still missing. I think you're not really grasping where I'm coming from. If you're talking about, so England, arguably, is the center of
you're
football.
talking about influence, but it's
And
not.
he comes from and he brings a lot of influence to Saudi Arabia. A
yeah,
lot
but
of
so
influence.
does Mane. Mane's playing England.
Yeah, but I'm
Mahrez
looking
is
at who
playing
brings
England.
more
No, but
influence.
let
Who
me be
brings more
honest with you.
influence?
Let me
Mane
ask you
does
a
have a
question.
massive
Gams, yeah.
Islamic and African
Following as
Islamic following as well. So influence wise, he
Arguably, but
does.
then
But
why isn't
no, but-
Mahrez on your list? Because
No,
he does as
let
well.
me ask you a
Yeah, he is
question.
as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's
No,
why he
but
is on the list.
let me ask you a question, right?
Adds
You're
to it.
talking about this you're talking about this influence that Henderson has, right? And you're just saying like England's the middle of center of the footballing world. That is because of the Premier League, right? It's
A
no
lot of
one
other
in
things
the
as well.
people are not sitting around the world following the English national team, right? That only matters in England, and no one is around the world is complaining about Henderson getting into the England national team. It's only a problem in England. So really, the only press they're getting is for a couple of days when England play and if Henderson is picked. Otherwise, they're not getting that. So, in my opinion, it's not as influential as you think it is. And as I said earlier, if you're going to say anyone in that team that will be attracting English players and whatnot, it'll be Steven Gerrard. It won't be Jordan Henderson. It will be Steven Gerrard who'll be going out like he's done with, I think his name's Jack Hendry, the centre back for Ittihad. He's the Scottish centre back. He's like 28 years old. That he's gone over there, and that's again probably because of Steven Gerrard and not because of anyone else.
Yeah, look, this is why he's not in your list and he's in my list.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I made my point. You made your point. It's fine.
Argument.
There's no losing or winning an argument. I think you're biased and you just delusional, mate. Just delusional.
But I think
Can
we've
also
given
comments to kick him out of the podcast. Just saying.
it-
Just say yes. One yes will do it, and he's out.
Nah, it's probably going to be you, bro. Voting Henderson over Mane.
it'd probably be Henderson himself.
Yeah,
Let's
but
watching
then
this.
you tell
Watch
him
out,
to
everyone
get
who
out
watches
of
this is like a Liverpool fan.
Yeah. But I guess moving from Mane in third position. Now I'm going to second position. So this one is interesting in the concept that he is a current Ballon d'Or winner,
Oh,
the current holder of the Ballon d'Or.
my
We
best friend.
all had him second, bar one, who had him third.
Mm.
That is Karim Benzema.
Who
What
had him?
a guy. What a
No,
player.
wait,
Anyone
who
see his
had
goal?
it? Who had him third?
Who wants to own up to that one?
It wasn't me.
I didn't
Adam
say.
second.
It wasn't me. I know it wasn't me. I
Okay.
know who it was. I just want him to say who
It was
in.
Gams.
Yeah,
And then who did he have in second and third?
performance based.
Morris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why are we listening
performance-based,
to
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy?
he hasn't been
Why is he in the
performance-based.
discussion?
Performance based. He hasn't been better than Mahrez, in my opinion.
Benzema.
Did you not see his
hasn't
goal?
been-
Yeah, but how many open play goals has he scored?
How many?
3.
Open play goals. Okay.
2.
But you're kind of throwing out all of the arguments that you make for other players on Benzema then, because he is a current Ballon d'Or winner. He is like last
Yeah,
year's
he's in
best
my,
player in
but
the
he's in
world.
my list. You're acting like he's not on my list. He's one
He is
position
on your
down
list, but
compared
he
to
should not
yours.
be.
I
I
think
could,
I
but the
think
same
Gams would
points I will make.
admit to that Morris one was a bit of a biased remark. I don't think you generally mean that you don't have Morris in over Benzema. Is it more of a Al-Ahli support?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's slight bias in that. But
If,
in
if
the
you're
end,
putting
he's
in
in my
Henderson and
list.
saying
He's
the
in my
influence he
list.
brings, and then saying Benzema
This is why
brings no
Henderson is
influence
fifth.
from
This is why he's
where
fifth.
he's from.
But at the same time, Anthony put Laporte for straight bias.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
But not
100%.
second.
Yeah, but the thing is, Laporte and Mahrez are very different.
Yeah,
Like,
but we're
you
not
love
gonna
the
get
attacking
into
side of it, and
Let's
you go
talk
to
about
Mahrez.
Benzema. I'm not
Class.
going to get into
But
a
yeah,
different
Yeah,
but
it's-
Benzema,
it's-
I
it's
agree.
on Benzema, the
Benzema's
topic.
class. He should be there.
and to be honest, he will.
There's no
attract
doubts.
players.
There's no doubts.
Yeah,
do you guys think? Were you guys surprised that he took the decision to go?
No.
You know,
to the Saudi Pro League.
yeah, to Saudi Pro League from Real Madrid, where he was like he's the marksman of Real Madrid, biggest club in the
Yeah.
world. To then, and he wasn't. It's not like he was coming to the end of his career
No,
or
but
anything.
he's come to a league which is in its growth phases, and he's going to be one of the building blocks for making the.
Absolutely. No, of course.
So
It's just
he's definitely seen what he's probably been told, and he's also seen the
Don't
potential of
forget
the
though.
league.
I don't even remember it though, but Real Madrid said when Benzema left. Well, I don't know if they officially stated it, but it was like a big rumor that the reason why they were okay from Benzema leaving was they had a 2-year plan to get in like a proper striker in. So they were going to save that money for
Yeah.
the first year, not buy another proper replacement striker. Even though they went and
Mbappe.
bought off Jude Bellingham, but whatever. But they weren't going to buy a proper striker to replace him until the second year, and they wanted that to be the Mbappe filling. So they had that 2 years to recoup that money to put for Mbappe. So
Yeah.
I don't think they were ever really had the actual intention to re-signing him. So if Benzema left, it's either he could be a free agent or he comes over to Saudi. So I think
yeah.
it's in his interest to come to Saudi, really.
I was more talking just from not the business side of things. I was more talking just about the player himself, just in terms of being the marquee player for the biggest club in the world. I think it's probably more gratitude in terms of influence, just that alone, in terms of going to the Saudi Pro League, is probably why he's coming in second, because he was the best player for the biggest club in the world. Or yeah, you probably say best player. You probably would say best player.
Yeah, best player for the biggest club in the
Yeah.
world. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, and that alone puts him in the top 5 or top 2 as we have him. So
Yeah,
influence wise and just pure ability, I think he's a machine. He's just a threat constantly.
and like, even the Saudi Pro League, like the rumors coming out initially that he had a pick of the 4 teams, he could have gone to any of them, in regards to like the Saudi Pro League and PIF, they themselves know that the value and the quality of this player who's coming in, to give him the option to kind of show him around everywhere and say, have your pick kind of out of the 4 clubs there, and he's gone into a quality team. They're sitting second, Kante and Fabinho, and not for too long, but they might remain second for the rest of the season as well. But there are other teams that are coming up. Well, they're
Let's not go into league positions right now. Let's not.
But
I don't mind. Let's have a conversation, please.
And at the same time,
I'm trying to say.
and at the same time,
Anthony,
if he gets Salah in January or next year, again, that's another building block and another strong player that will be coming in. So in terms of influence, he is up there with
I was
number one
that
and
he
also
went there.
Ronaldo.
I feel like he's done everything at Madrid.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Champions Leagues he's won, but he won the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he's. I'm not saying he's coming to the end of his career, but he's at 33. It's an opportunity that you probably you're a 33-year-old. You're pretty much. I'm not saying he's on the way down. He's just like coming to the end of his peak. Arguably, you could say he still had a few years left at Madrid if he wanted to. Yeah. But he's pretty much done everything that he could do at Madrid. And then when you see an opportunity like this, you just can't say no. So I think it's one of those.
There's also 35. I'm just looking at the market.
There you go. Yeah.
But 35, but he still plays like a 30-year-old. He still looks like he could go into any team. And with the market the way it is at the moment, I think the strikers market at the moment, it absolutely stinks. There's not many quality strikers out there. So that's why I was. Not that I'm absolutely glad he's in the Saudi Pro League. I was just a bit surprised that none of the European clubs went in a bit stronger. I mean, financially,
but then you can't compete.
You can't compete financially. But even still, I didn't see nobody else ever really linked with him. It was just it happened all of a sudden.
I think it's when you see Benzema at Madrid, you don't even try to touch him. Unless you're coming from Saudi Pro League, for example.
It's the same. It's with the age as well that you're taking a risk on a 35-year-old player.
Yeah, that's true.
Coming to Saudi Pro League, for him, at this stage of where the league is, he still knows that he's a standout player in the league. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, with what the league aims to become, you might not see a player of Benzema's quality come to Saudi Pro League because this league could be competing with the best leagues in the world. But at this stage, for the Saudi Pro League, the following he brings, the influence he brings, the accolades he brings, it's like it's a straightforward decision for them. And for Benzema, of course, with the monetary gains and everything that he will be able to get from coming, and also being able to play in this league at this stage of its growth, and also being part of its growth would have probably been attractive as well.
Yeah, I think the investment that they put into him, no other club would pay that much. If he went to Europe, you wouldn't pay that much because you don't. First of all, Saudi paid that much, and it works for them because they sort of pay for the influence as well. They pay that much money for him because he can bring that much influence. Whereas if you went to somewhere in Europe, they don't need that sort of publicity anyway. Whereas this league does. So you pay for that too. So I think it was a win-win.
At this stage, it's in terms it's a win-win exactly.
Undoubtedly. I'm absolutely glad he is part of the Saudi Pro League. The one thing I guess is since he's been here, although we're giving him his flowers now, I think we can all agree his performances haven't lived up to expectations completely as of yet. But it's still
early.
That's why he was
still early. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm expecting more to be coming from him in the next games ahead, or the season ahead at least. So
6 games, 3 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see it. We'll see how it goes, and we can probably even revisit this this ranking we have towards the latter end of the season to see how well these transfers actually were. But to end the list, I guess in first position, I don't think it's any surprise to anyone as to why he's there.
Was it Kante?
Is it Mahrez again?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is Anthony put has he put like
it's a Laporte.
Otavio or like Laporte?
No, listen. It's because Dinesh wanted to focus on this transfer window. If he wanted to focus on this year,
but everyone would have put
the top 2 would have been tight.
Yeah. Ooh,
No,
but then,
wouldn't.
but I think it's
let's do
no-brainer.
our
I think it's
number one.
no-brainer. But
Before
let's
we
not
get
talk
to
about that.
him,
We
let's
don't
do
need to
our
talk
number
about
one.
Our number
because
one. Our number one. So
For
the
this
Brazilian,
transfer window,
probably the most popular Brazilian player that there is in the world. One of the
Malcolm.
yeah, Malcolm's friend, Malcolm's friend. Right
Who's
now
Michael's friend? Fabinho.
yeah, Neymar.
we're gonna go to Neymar Jr.
Yeah,
And absolutely,
What
I
is
think
that?
we've mentioned the first podcast and our very first one that I think this was the biggest signing then, and it still currently is. And we haven't even seen him yet, but yeah, it's such a big
of this
talking point
transfer window.
of this transfer window. Sorry, yeah, we haven't even seen him. What I think maybe half an hour.
Half a game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
half
he
an
played like
hour.
half an
He
hour.
came
Two
came in 62nd minute. 2 assists. He was
Yeah.
there's 4 goals. He was directly involved in all 4 of them. He's just an absolute grace of a player. That is
Yeah.
Neymar Jr.
He made it look so. He played at like 40% in that game. He made
Yeah.
it look so easy.
Against a team that's third in the league or something. It's
He made it look
crazy.
so easy.
Yeah.
But it's also again, coming back to what you were saying, Gams. That is a player for sure who's brought influence, who's brought a
I love
following with
Neymar,
him,
man. What like
who's
as a
probably
player,
brought
yeah,
a
he's so
great
good.
majority, like a big majority of South American following
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
worldwide following in terms of what there will be people staying up watching highlights of his games and things like that because they know what he's going to be doing, and there's going to be shorts and clips all over the place of the skills and everything that he's going to be bringing out. And I mean, that first debut game he had against, I think it was
That
Mumbai
friendly.
City or something,
Yeah, ridiculous.
where he was
That was just a joke. That was
Yeah.
quite literally that was a joke.
That
And
was,
you
I thought
yeah,
that was a
he
parody.
even played at 10% in that game.
Yeah, and there's a guarantee that you're going to have that the whole year. And when he's going to be called upon is going to be the games against the big 4 teams, and those are going to be the interesting games, like we've already seen with Al Hilal when they played Ittihad, and obviously Neymar wasn't there, but going on from the next ones, I'm sure he'll be playing, and he'll be playing a major role in them, and that's when you see all of these guys come to the fore. But yeah, without a doubt, right now with the way it is, this transfer window number one, just from every angle that you look at, he should.
Yeah.
He's
I
one
think
of those
one
like
angle
kids.
for me is it's like, do you know when if I was playing for Al Hilal, yeah, and we played a pre-season friendly game against Mumbai FC, and I saw this mad signing coming and he's doing all of that, I would be more motivated to be like, give him the ball, get him the ball, let him perform, let him do what he's got to do. And that's also like a whole different set of influence. That's just like, yeah, you're some big name, but you're actually a baller. You actually have the skills. Maybe you don't track back, maybe not. But I would do the work for
He is a
you.
luxury player.
Yeah, I will do the
say the
work
least.
in order for you
But-
to succeed
and-
up front
but
to give us a
there's
game.
no
where
He's
way
we
gone
win.
into a great team. Like, it's not like,
he has.
in terms of if you went to one of the other teams, you've got a team in Al Hilal, at least with a really good spine, right? He could have come to us as well, but where we're lacking, where Al Hilal maybe have that one over us, is that they've also got very good keeper in Bono. They've got Koulibaly in front of him, Ruben Neves in front of him, Mitrovic up front. Neymar can do what he wants.
I think he needs to be the main
complete
player
free
as
roam,
well,
complete
just
free
like
roam.
Benzema. So I think you needed to split those 3 anyway: Ronaldo, Benzema, Neymar.
Yeah,
I feel like Neymar, he would want to be. I don't know him personally, but I think he would want to be the star of his team, like the guy where you look up to as.
maybe now.
Like if he played with Ronaldo, I
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
again, second
I don't know
fiddle,
if he
arguably.
actually wants to be.
But
that,
he will be.
like-
It doesn't matter now. Like it doesn't matter what he wants or what he doesn't want at this. I will allow he will be the main player.
Oh, he is the main player. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't strike me as a leader in that sense.
I don't think he's a leader. I think he just.
Brazil
I know he
captain.
captains.
He just brings the
yeah, he
quality.
captains
and
Brazil.
kinda
He does.
leads
He does.
He
But like
leads with his
on club level, I've
with his
never seen
class.
him. I've never seen him like.
Yeah, but he
lead.
hasn't been called upon to lead yet.
No, but
at
yeah,
club
something
level.
for
to see.
Brazil,
But the influence
for Brazil, he
he's
leads.
had for
He does
Brazil
lead
is
for Brazil.
there's no doubt
Yeah,
that
he does. He does.
especially at that Brazilian World Cup. I mean, yeah, it was unfortunate what happened to him in the quarterfinals, and you could see the massive difference when they lost 7-1 to Germany when he wasn't there. But he more or less that alone is kind of testament to him as a leader, and he more or less dragged the whole nation with him.
I
Yeah.
think
influence
with
is
Neymar,
crazy.
for him to lead, and I think he's sort of I won't say an emotional player. Like he needs to love what he's doing or love the team for him to lead how he wants to lead. And with Brazil, I think Brazilians are quite was it like patriotic? They love their country, and he's one of those guys. That's why he leads so well for Brazil. And I think it's different for club level, like for PSG. I don't think he would lead the same, because I'm not saying he didn't have the passion for PSG, but definitely not as much
I think
as he has for
PSG
Brazil.
was also quite a toxic environment from what the reports are coming out, as it seemed like a toxic environment. So I'm really hoping now that he's got the Al Hilal shirt on, that he actually gets that smile back and he actually starts expressing that back on the football pitch. Because when he's smiling, when we've seen it at Barcelona, when he's smiling, he's just unstoppable. He's practically untouchable at some point.
But he was the same. Again, I know it was bad the way it ended, but PSG was unstoppable as well in some of the games. When he was on, he was on, like he was
Yeah.
just incredible with some of the skills.
There's
and some
probably a
of the-
question around his injury record, because he
Yeah,
does
of course,
tend
yeah.
to.
And
But
there
this
must
is
be
a
a clause in
guy-
his contract, so for his sister's birthday, he needs to go back to Brazil.
No, but this is a guy who gets kicked left, right, and center because he's got the talent and the skill. So, for
Yeah.
me, for sure from this transfer window, he's the biggest signing just because of one, the following, and two, what he'll do for the league, and just from the amount of attention he'll grab, like similar to what Messi's done with all the little shorts you see on YouTube or on all of these social media sites of these goals or skills and things. It would be the same with Neymar without a doubt, and like what Ronaldo did when he first came as well, and is still doing. But yeah.
Absolutely. But that was our out or nothing top 5 for this summer transfer window. So if I quickly give a quick repeat, in 5th place came Alexander Mitrovic. In 4th, Riyad Mahrez. In 3rd, Sadio Mane. In 2nd, Karim Benzema. And at the top, the new signing, Neymar Jr. That's our list. I'd love to know what you guys think about that list. If there's any one you want to add, we have a few honorable mentions during that chat. So we had one from Laporte. We had one for
Kessié.
Kessié,
Yeah.
and I guess we also had
Kante.
we had Kante, but also King Jordan Henderson. So
Yeah, but there's also like, for example, like we haven't even mentioned someone like Firmino.
Yeah,
there's
Firmino's
all of
done
these
great, to be
guys.
fair.
Yeah,
I
like
was
think
I was
there's
tempted to
a
put him
lot
in.
of players. Top 5
Yeah.
is hard.
are
It's
the
a
ones
hard
that
one.
have come. There's
Especially this
it's
transfer in the
big-
top 5,
it's a
it
big
was
one.
real difficult. Fabinho wasn't on my agenda. Fabinho was also another one we could add to that list, but it's top
Koulibaly,
5. Koulibaly, yeah,
with what he's
Mendy maybe, Edward Mendy,
Milinkovic
Mendy,
Savic.
yeah, Ninkovic Savic. So yeah, that's our top 5. I mean, if there's anyone else that you think that should be there, do let us know in the comments. Before we go though, I do want to have a quick conversation over the results coming back from international break. So I'll start from Al Hilal's perspective. I know we just spoke about it with Neymar making his first debut performance, came in the 62nd minute, and we played Al Riyadh. We won 6-1. I think it was 2-0. Neymar comes on, and he just completely dismantles. He was involved in every goal. Involved in every goal. I think he got a direct assist of 1. 2 apparently because he also won the penalty. But the first goal for the first goal when he came on, he did this lovely chip to Malcolm. Just quality on that pass. The weight of that pass to do it is just it's incredible. It's such a joy to watch. And then the second one, I think Koulibaly got the ball from the deep end, booted it to Neymar, and his first touch impeccable. As soon as he had that first touch, the defenders were tracing back. They don't know when to actually go for the ball, in which Neymar created so much space for himself, gave the ball to Al Nassr, who slotted it in. So yeah,
It's because they don't want to become a highlight reel. That's why.
yeah, well, yeah. But that's the fear you bring with a quality player
Yeah.
like that. You want that for that very reason. So yeah, I'd say routine, but I think this one came with a little bit more glamour with Neymar's debut performance. So hopefully there'll be more to come. Absolutely, but 6-1, we continue winning again. The only team that hasn't yet registered a loss for this season. First place, waiting for some good competition, some decent competition, someone to
You're only
actually,
1 point ahead.
throw-
You're only
I,
1 point
I, li- I
Someone
like the way,
threatened.
I like the way he put the influence on the yet. That's good.
Yeah.
You're the one who
Oh,
did it,
well,
not us.
y-
You put the
it's easy.
emphasis on
Yeah,
the yet.
I can't predict the future. If I could, I'd be a millionaire, maybe a billionaire. But fortunately, I can't. But right now, there's no one that good enough
Whoa.
at the moment. In my
Oh,
opinion, my humble opinion, I know Al Nassr is on the winning streak. Ali got the balance.
Third,
Bro,
1 point behind
they
Al
were
third.
Ali had
one.
already been sent,
They were one.
sent
Do you know,
down.
they were one throwing away from drawing that game.
Yeah, that
Let's
throw-in
be
was.
quiet.
I mean, look,
They were one
that
throw-in.
throw-in,
One
that throw-in
completed
was
throwing away,
shocking.
bro, and you're like
Shocking.
sitting here and chatting.
I mean, if
I
the
think- I
player
think-
saw if the player saw the line and he realized that he's about 10 feet away, and he knew how to take a throw
All he
in.
needed,
I
he
think
could
that's a
have
good
taken
segue. Actually,
one
let's go on
step.
to Al Ali's performance, because that throwing was a highlight in itself.
It was a
But-
highlight, but we'll kind of talk about the good points. I think 3-2, more red cards in that game, and I think in the last 3 games there's been 4 red cards, for both
Who got
teams.
sent off?
It was, I can't remember who got sent off, but it was in the
Oh,
last
really?
minute.
Oh,
It was
it?
our centre back replacing Demiral, who also got sent off in the last game. So we're out of centre backs. And our defense has
And
been
Ronaldo
our defense is
coming
a bit
next week.
shaky. It's just that our attacking momentum just brings us through. Again, Mahrez, massive influence. Anthony, I see you smiling.
Are you nervous when Ronaldo and Mane come to your team then?
Without centre backs.
I can't lie.
without
Our
centre-back.
defense, if I'm honest, our defense is not great. We've got,
You got Mendy.
and I'll be honest, Mendy has been poor.
Not great.
He's been poor. He's been poor. That's what I'm saying. When
He's
I say
quite rash,
defense,
isn't he?
I include him. He's been poor. He's been very poor. Again, shaky, but our attack always brings us through. And ASM, beautiful goal. I don't think I've actually seen him score a better goal, even for Newcastle, than that. Pretty much, absolute rocket. If you saw that goal, it was beautiful.
Is that his first goal? Was he?
It is his first goal.
Jesus, that's
yeah.
what way to open the bank account.
Yeah, and he's his celebration kind of tops it off. I don't think I've seen that for a while as well. He does the cartwheel and the backflip.
Oh, for real?
Lovely. Yeah.
Is it Aubameyang?
And he won it for us.
Or is it front flip?
Yeah, it's similar to that. But yeah, Aubameyang's the front flip. But yeah, and he won it 67th minute. Yeah, so 3rd place, best home form in the league, undefeated at home. Best home form in the league. Just saying.
I mean, I'd rather take undefeated, but you know.
It could be, but what I would say
And
is
sitting in 3rd, 1 point behind 1st place. So for all the stick that you lot give, Mr. 6th place is sitting there with his light on his mic and everything. So he's in 6th place with Ronaldo, with Mane as well. Great influence in him. But yeah,
you've conceded the 5th most goals in the league as well. Let's
yeah, goal difference does win you leagues, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Listen,
you've got a goal difference of 4.
You can score as
against
many
12,
goals as you like.
and
you
now
stay
you
6th.
have no centre backs.
We do have no
Against
centre
who's
backs.
coming. I mean,
And Ibanez has been
won.
shocking. He's been shocking.
We-
Give me that receipt, and I want to give him that. I want to return that guy because he's been appalling, man.
Who's
But
that?
one thing that has improved, he's got nice hair. He's got braids now. But apart from that, he's been appalling.
Fair enough. Well, before we get to 6, I think we should keep it on the top half of the table.
order.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
top
if we go
half
to
of the table. Wow.
Yeah, it stops at 3.
You
I'm
are
sorry. Or
violated.
stops at 4.
Alright.
Jordan
Hey,
Henderson's team.
okay.
It stops there.
there's
Stop.
no reason why you should be
Hey,
mid-table with the team you have.
You
But
said it stops at 4, yeah. I wanna play this clip to you next week. Let's go. Keep going.
Okay. But let's get to Al Ittihad. Another win.
We won 1-0, and it was a beautiful goal from Benzema, and it's the best non-accidental knee goal I've seen in my life. The way he got kicked up to him was a bit lucky because he was through on goal. The defender slides in quite well, and it bounced up to him quite nicely. But you can see he intentionally meant to knee it and chip the keeper in the process. That his whole body movement indicated that's what he wanted to do, and it was a beautiful goal. We come back winning 1-0. And I know you say you're top of the league and stuff as well. But we've only lost to you really, and that's one game of the season. We haven't drawn anything. We've won every other game we've played. So I feel like we're on a better trajectory than you at the moment, even though we did lose to you that one game.
Here say, there say, you. The table does not lie.
Yeah,
the
but
table
we
does
should
not
have won
lie.
that game by more though. Their keeper, this guy called Paulo
Yeah.
Vittoria, he actually, I don't know how he saved the shot from Benzema because he didn't see the ball. All you see is even Benzema's like, "How did you see? I didn't even see the ball come to you," and he just dived on, saved it on the line, and it was a great save in the end. But the keeper kept them in that game a lot. They got absolutely dominating possession. I don't know what it was. It feels like 67% to us. They had no chance on it. We had over 200 more passes in the game. We had 590 something passes in the game. It's ridiculous possession, just to have that in like 90 minutes of football. So really and
Who do you
truly walk
play?
in the park. They're like called like Al Akdud. They're like 14th, 15th in the league, so they're not too high up to be honest. So you could tell it was quite not a hard day in the office, should I say. So it was quite one of those ones that you kind of expect us to win. So we did.
Yeah.
We won. Still maintain our second position. So and no hard games left. I think the next hard team we play is
Probably
Al-Ahli
Arsenal.
on 6th of October.
There you go.
So
It's not
we
too
haven't
far
really
away,
got.
actually.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it's not too far away, but
before they play you guys, they've got us next week.
I think
Yeah.
I think
We're
that's what
coming off.
I think that's what's
Well,
exciting is
let's
that
we'll do a
the
preview for
teams
that.
are
Yeah.
We'll do a preview for that. Let's just quickly go on Al and
But,
Nassr's
yeah.
result,
yeah.
and then
Let's
we'll
talk
do a
about sixth
preview.
place.
No,
How's sixth
no, we
place?
won comfortably 3-1. I mean, there was a few shaky moments when the game started where they ran through and goal and stuff, but after that we kind of, grabbed the game by its neck, and we've just kind of Mane with a quality goal to kick things off where he's cutting from the right and just more or less placed it into the bottom corner, into the far bottom corner. Then after that, I think Talisca as well with like again a quality finish where he's just outside the box. I think maybe like 40 yards out, just pulled the ball out of it, put the ball out of his feet, and then into the top corner. It was just a beautiful goal. And then to finish things off, Talisca again gets the ball about 40 yards, dribbles past one player, gives it to Ronaldo, who fake shots, nutmegs one player, and then puts it into the corner again. And it was a kind of great performance and like strong. They did lose a player quite early on, especially after the first goal, and it kind of shows the game kind of again, as we were saying, showed the gap between the big four at the moment and the rest of the teams. Where there was kind of some silly mistakes and stuff in the defense from their team, which kind of led to the red card, but they still managed to score a goal with a kind of quality chip penalty in like the 89th minute or something, which was quite good as well. And it was kind of I mean, it wasn't a bad team. They were called Al Raid. But yeah, I mean, the next one is going to be a big one against Al-Ahli. But I think we go into it with a lot of confidence, with a strong team, with all of our centre backs still in place.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only worry I have is our defense is shocking.
Yeah, but you have probably a more established keeper than we do, but with our
And he's
number
been
one keeper,
appalling. He's been appalling. But yeah.
yeah. But our number one keeper is in hospital at the moment, so and he's been there for a while, and he's not coming out for a while, so it's not going to be anytime soon. Sapina, he got injured early on last season, and so we haven't had him back. And I think our keeper now is not got the accolades Mendy's got, but at the same time, we've kind of built a strong and balanced team now. The team have kind of started clicking together with
Very
Mane and
expensive.
Ronaldo doing
Anthony,
bits.
are you not worried about your recovery time though? Because do
We
you know
got
how
Champions League this week, yeah.
that's tomorrow, right? Tuesday. That's a Tuesday game.
Yeah.
And then you play Al Ali on Friday. So I've not really seen a team that played Tuesday and Friday like that. So are you not worried? Because like your key players have to play because
and
it's in that tournament for the first time.
and in the team we're playing in the Champions League, they're one of the favorites in Iran. I think that we played them 3 times previously. They've won once, we've won once, and the last time we played each other was back in like 2020 or something, and that was a draw. But that said, obviously now we've gone on leaps and bounds with the players that we've brought in and stuff. So I would imagine the game tomorrow should be a bit more comfortable for us. And hopefully, if we get an early start, then we can rest some of our better players. And I mean, yeah, it's still early on in the season, and as a team, we don't have like maybe the squad that someone like Al Hilal has at this moment in time. So they have to prioritize either the league or the Champions League. That will come at some point. But at this moment in time, it's still early on in the season, and I think we should be able to, compete in
So with a
both
3-day recovery, what do you think the score would be? Out of curiosity.
against Al-Ahli.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think if tomorrow, if let's say we win tomorrow, right? If we win tomorrow, then with like I don't know, I'm gonna say for tomorrow, let's say 3-0 against Al-Ahli. I'm saying about. I want to say 3-1.
I'll say 3-2 to us. One will definitely concede.
No, we know how to do throw-ins. So it's gonna be more
I hope
for
you do. I hope you do.
Yeah. So you're not gonna get no lucky VAR decisions at the last minute.
I'm going for 2-2. I'm saying 2-2 for your game this Friday.
2-2. That's
Yeah.
strong.
To be fair, this
Yeah.
is a good test for us as
It's
well.
a
And
hard
I
one.
like
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I like that we're playing like one of the top 4 teams. Well,
I'm-
you're not in the top 4 now, but you know what I mean. Top 4
I
teams.
changed my answer. 3-2 Al Nassr. I just remembered the
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah,
and
your
the
defense, that's the
rundown.
thing. I was-
Yeah,
Ronaldo
we
and
have
Mane
we have one.
We've scored
Yeah.
18
Decent
goals
defender.
in 6 games and conceded 6.
Yeah,
They've scored
yeah.
13 and conceded 9. Like
Wait,
in
Demiral might
fairness,
be
though,
back
I
next
don't.
game.
I don't think.
but then
I
we
don't think you
still
played
miss
anyone
Alioski
notable.
Yeah,
This is a
Demiral was
different
getting abused by Ronaldo in every training session when he was at Juventus or something. So it's not like he's gonna be doing bits. Is he?
Will he be back?
I
for the
don't
game?
know. What's a red card's 2? It was a straight red.
Yeah, so probably not.
Is
Professional
it 2? I
foul.
thought it was 1.
He got professional foul. So I think he might be. I think he might come back next game then.
I
But
think he
even
might
if
come back.
even if he does, left back got injured, got taken off. Right back got injured, got taken off, and Alioski's injured as well. So
Oh
yeah.
I mean,
You know,
I'm looking at for me, I'm looking at our team, and our team is like starting to click. We've got, okay, the keeper is probably the weak in front of him. Laporte, Telles on the left, Brozovic, Otavio, Mane, Talisca, Ronaldo. It's a strong team.
That's the thing. Yeah,
in fairness,
you have
if
one of
you
the
guys
strongest
score-
teams
we've
in the
got,
league,
like-
and you are
yeah, we've
6th,
got,
which
like-
I'm surprised.
And we've got like our right back popping up with goals every now and then, and like we've got. I think we should be all right for Friday, especially with the fact that they are missing a few defenders and also with the kind of goal leakages that they've had over the last few games. I think.
Yeah, that's the only worry I have is that the attacking
And,
side I'm not worried. It's just leaking goals for us
Yeah.
and just the situation with the red cards, injuries. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
And we
you know,
lost-
for a neutral, I would say it will be exciting because I can guarantee goals. That I can guarantee goals in that game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm saying like 3-1, and with the way Ronaldo and Mane are playing and the way they're clicking and the way that when there was always that worry, at least for me when they first came in, that Mane will probably want to be a bigger player or something, but no, he's happy playing right wing and he's doing his thing from coming off the wing and scoring goals. And Ronaldo's, I think he's got the most goals, most assists. It's in the league. It's gonna be emotional for these man. Basically, I'm saying 3-1 might be too low, but I think it's gonna be.
So Tony's going with 3-1. Guns, you've gone
But
with-
guaranteed,
I'll go
Mahrez
3-2.
Mahrez get to nutmeg and celebrate, so guaranteed.
What with his goal as well, with his hat trick. Let's go.
Oh, his hat trick.
Let's go.
You're moving like
I
Vishnu
hope
now.
he scores a hat trick. No.
You're moving like
Vishnu,
Vishnu.
no. If I was moving like Vishnu, I'll be like, okay,
Wild.
Lionel
Cold
Messi will
game.
sign for us next week and he'll score a hat trick against you lot. How about that?
How about that?
See, you're now just being unrealistic. Mine was actually quite realistic.
So you,
Might be actually-
Guns has gone with 3-2. Vish, you're saying Al Nassr now.
I'm saying I would say 3-2 to Al Nassr.
3-2.
Boy, you
I'm
The thing is,
edging
yeah.
towards a 4-1 Al Nassr.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
was gonna say
yeah.
I'm changing mine now. 3-1.
Like
Yeah.
Firmino, Saint Maximan, Mahrez, they're not terrible players. They're gonna
Yeah,
cause you
but
trouble.
That's what I'm saying. There'll be goals in
No,
this game. It's
I
just that our
think they
defense.
will, but
I
the
don't
thing is,
trust them. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
But who do you have in midfield?
Kessié,
Kessié,
Got Vega.
Vega.
Gabri Vega, yeah.
But
No,
for
it's
me,
not a
like-
terrible squad.
No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's a terrible squad, but I think our
I'll go 4-2 actually. Now that I think about it, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
see,
strong.
see,
Yeah.
this attack is strong.
But the attack is strong. But it's just because Gums hasn't sold me on the defense. He's just completely shot any
No, the
confidence I
defense.
had.
Even when I think Alioski's been injured for the last 2 games. I think so. We
Yeah.
played Demiral and Ibanez the last game, and they were just shocking anyway. And even Mendy's he's been.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's just
never
like his
been a big
head's
fan
not.
of
It's just
Mendy.
like his head's not in it. He's brought the form that he brought for Chelsea into this team, and is just he hasn't been good. You think he'd be a leader? You think he'd show a bit of class, but he's not been good at all. I can't defend him.
And
Yeah, I
on
mean-
on that, I guess it does fall in your favor, Tony. So what I'm saying is,
You have to win.
Al
Yeah, it's
Nassr,
in your favor. You have to win. You must
bottle it.
win.
Yeah.
And if you bottle it,
Because if
bottle
you
it.
if
not
you
even-
don't,
I think
if
everyone
you
bring
don't,
like a bottle. and
Anthony,
it's a
if
bottle
you
job.
guys don't, we will
It's a
be
bottle
there.
job.
Yeah, but no. But what do
You
you mean?
must.
If we
You
do, then
must.
I'm gonna chat to this guy about
You
all
have
the
Chris-
hate he's
we
giving
you
will
me.
be there.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
You have no
Yeah,
excuses.
bro,
You
we're
have
gonna do it.
Sadio
I have no
Mane.
doubt in
Yeah.
my boys, bro. We are your. That could be
You
a double
must.
hat trick. That's
You
what I'm
have to.
saying.
You have to
This
win.
was my prediction 2 weeks ago. Remember, double hat trick, Ronaldo, Mane.
All right, but you have to win, right?
That was my prediction. I said 6-0.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
think you
being
should sleep
easy
on.
on you
Thank
now,
God we've
because I
given you
was
2
like-
weeks to sleep on that because
No, I'm not, I said my 3-1 prediction was too low. I'm gonna bring it back up to like 5-2. There you
Wait
go.
a
I'll give you
second.
2 goals.
If Anthony, if Al Nassr win, you go top. You go ahead of Al-Ahli, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well,
This
say
guy,
the next one's gonna be
all the
spicy.
With the
conversations
players they have,
about,
they
the
should
top
be top,
four,
really.
only the top 4 matter. Only the top 4 matter.
Yeah, but
We'll
Oh,
see
okay,
that.
no.
let's speak.
You're
Let's speak
making
now.
excuses already.
No,
Yo.
let's speak right now.
Be
Look at the
confident,
table
be
and tell me
confident,
where
be
you are.
confident.
Where you are.
Be
Where you are.
confident. We're
Where are
6th.
you?
We're
Okay,
6th.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No,
And
I
then
can't
next
wait for
week-
this game now.
Add this
I
to a
can't wait.
short.
Next week.
It's gonna be great.
Dinesh, I beg we do
I
like a
hope you lose.
Friday
If he
special
loses,
episode.
all I'm saying is, yeah,
after-
if Al
after
Nassr
they
lose,
lose.
this guy will come with so many excuses. He'll be like,
No,
oh, Ronaldo's
there's
left
not
foot
gonna
was
be an
like,
excuse.
he was wearing the
Bro,
wrong
it's like,
boots.
If we lose, we lost to a bad
Go on,
team.
but where's the excuse?
It'll be
There's the
like,
excuse.
oh yeah, we shouldn't lose. There's no way. On paper, we're winning this game.
On
6-0.
paper, I agree. On paper, you must win this game.
Yeah.
And
We will.
with
You
our
really must.
injuries and players out,
Yeah,
you must
we
win.
will.
You must win.
With the injuries and players out or whatever, if you had your full squad, we still win the game. There's no
You
doubt
must
in my
I
win.
love
mind.
it. Pull that chest out. Pull that
Yeah,
chest
Yeah,
out. I love it.
you must win. I agree. You must
I know,
win.
yeah. I
Gums always
know.
likes to have excuses, doesn't he? Oh, we're
Yeah.
a well-balanced team. I agree, you must win.
Yeah,
he
must-
must
do
win.
you know what he
Dinesh
did?
agrees. He must
Do you know
win.
what it is? He knows we're gonna win, and now
Yeah,
he'll be like,
yeah,
"But I said
agree.
you
I
guys
think
had
he
to
knows
win.
that.
You guys had to win." What
He's
was
gonna
this?
say
What
that.
was this confidence 2 weeks ago? when we
I'm being
started talking
honest
about
with our defense, and if our defense was strong, the rest of our team, I like how we're playing. If our defense was strong, I'll be honest.
So
I'll
you
be a
admit
lot
defeat.
more.
It does-
Do you want to
it
change the
does-
scoreline?
no,
You might as well say
My
6-0.
does
scoreline
contradict-
is still 3-2. My
It does
scoreline is still
contradict
3-2.
that statement you made at the start of the season about balance. Now we're talking about the balance of the defense is no longer there. So
Yeah.
There's
so-
no. We have
out the
no
window.
defense. They're all out.
yeah,
the
but like
balance-
it
Our
does
left
contradict.
backs,
Oh,
our first choice left back's injured. Our second choice left back's injured. Our right back's injured. First choice right back, he's out. First choice centre back's out. Second
But
choice centre back's
you
out.
also said that if they were all fit, you'll still be suspect over the defense.
I still pick 3-2.
exactly. So
still
the
pick
balance
3-2.
is then no longer
Hence
balancing.
why
Is it?
I agree that we will concede, and it'll be. I think it'll be a game of goals, and it'll be an exciting game to watch. But I still pick 3-2. But- I'm just saying, yeah, Anthony will just come with a lot of excuses when he takes the L. That's what I'm saying.
Nah. When you take the L, you're already making excuses.
But you're
Who's gonna
already making
repeat them?
excuses. You're like, oh, we lost to a
when
bad
I
team.
press
Guys,
play
I think
on
we'll be doing this for all night.
Yeah.
The way you guys get on each other. I can't wait for the game to happen. Maybe a Friday special we might, but I think with everyone's schedules, it's kind of hard to get done at this moment in time. So probably can't get back together next week with a new
Potential watch-alongs coming soon.
potential. Yeah, absolutely, it is in the plans. So anyhow,
take over all socials and just rip into this guy on Friday.
Oh yeah, because you
Yeah,
don't have
right.
anything better to do, so you can do that. But yeah, comment below if you want him out.
Yeah.
One comment's fine. That's it. That's all we need.
No,
But
you're
I
delusional.
hope
bro.
you all enjoyed our 4th episode of the Out or Nothing podcast. Guys, tell us what you think about the top 5 transfers of the Saudi transfer market and on the results of the week, but also with the preview to the Al-Ahli versus Al Nassr game. I'm sure it'll be a great one. So until then, we'll see you guys next week. Guys, I'm out.
See you later,
See ya.
guys.